In the annals of history, the dark chapter of Nazi Germany continues to cast a long and haunting shadow. Today, we'll look into the lives of the often overlooked figures of top Nazi wives and mistresses, women who played roles both clandestine and conspicuous in one of the most notorious chapters of human history. Join us as we reveal the shocking fates of these women and gain insights into the enigmatic roles they played amidst the horrors of Nazi Germany. This is a journey through history that reveals the human side of those entangled with evil, leaving us with enduring questions about their choices, their legacies, and the lessons we can draw from their lives. Welcome to the shocking fate of top Nazi wives and mistresses. Eva Braun. In the heart of Munich, Germany in 1912, a girl named Eva Braun entered the world far from the turmoil and chaos that would later envelop her life. She grew up in an ordinary family, living a seemingly normal life in the years before Adolf Hitler would become a household name. But little did she know that destiny had something extraordinary in store for her. It was the year 1929 when a chance encounter would change Eva's life forever. At the age of just 17, Eva Braun met Adolf Hitler, then a rising politician, in a Munich photography studio. Their fateful meeting marked the beginning of an enigmatic and secret relationship that would span over a decade. As Hitler's power grew, so did his relationship with Eva. However, Eva was kept hidden from the public eye for years, even as Hitler ascended to the highest echelons of power. While Eva was privy to the inner circle of the Nazi regime, her existence remained largely unknown to the German people. She spent her days at the Berghof, Hitler's mountain retreat, where their love affair unfolded amidst the grandeur of the Bavarian Alps. But as the Allies closed in on Berlin in April of 1945, Eva Braun's life took a shocking turn. Hitler, facing the collapse of the Third Reich, made a chilling decision. He and Eva Braun would end their lives together in a suicide pact. Inside the underground bunker beneath the Reich Chancellery, they both ingested cyanide capsules. In the midst of the chaos of war, the news of their deaths sent shockwaves around the world. Eva Braun, the enigmatic companion who spent years hidden in the shadows, met a shocking and tragic end alongside the man she loved. Their love story concluded in a manner that would forever baffle historians and intrigue the world. Magda Goebbels. In the early 20th century, Magda Goebbels was born in Berlin, Germany in 1901. Raised in a well-off family, she grew up with dreams of a life filled with art and culture. Little did she know, however, that her path would eventually lead her to the inner circle of the Nazi regime. Magda's life took a fateful turn when she met Joseph Goebbels, a charismatic and rising star within the Nazi Party. They married in 1931, and Magda wholeheartedly embraced the Nazi ideology, becoming a devoted wife to Joseph and an ardent supporter of Adolf Hitler. The Goebbels family, made up of Magda and Joseph and their 6 kids, appeared to live a normal life during the time when the Nazi regime was doing cruel things. Magda was not only married to a high-ranking Nazi leader, but also a close friend of Hitler with special access to his inner circle. Magda Goebbels was extremely loyal to Hitler, and she got deeply involved in how the Nazi government operated. She was so committed that she saw her children as the most beautiful children in the world, as she famously said. She believed their lives were closely tied to what happened to the Nazi government. As Allied forces closed in on Berlin in April of 1945, the Goebbels faced a dire choice. Refusing to surrender or let their children fall into the hands of the enemy, they decided on a horrifying course of action. On May 1st of 1945, in the garden of the Reich Chancellery, Magda and Joseph Goebbels took the lives of their 6 children. Then, in the bunker, they committed suicide, ending their own lives. Magda Goebbels' unwavering devotion to the Nazi cause and her shocking actions in the final days of World War II left a chilling legacy. Her role as a mother who would sacrifice her own children for the ideology of the Nazi regime remains one of the most haunting and perplexing aspects of the era. Unity Mitford. In the 1930s, as Europe teetered on the brink of war, some British citizens found themselves drawn to the allure of fascism. Unity Mitford, born in 1914, was one such individual. Raised in an aristocratic British family, she became enamored with Adolf Hitler and his ideology. Unity Mitford's obsession with Adolf Hitler was remarkable. She moved to Germany in the early 1930s to be closer to him and even learned German to converse with him in his native tongue. Unity was often seen at Nazi rallies and gatherings, and she expressed her admiration for Hitler in letters and diaries. Unity's obsession with Hitler earned her a place among his inner circle. She was known to attend high-profile Nazi events and had personal interactions with high-ranking officials. Her unwavering devotion to Hitler was so extreme that she even attempted suicide when Britain declared war on Germany in 1939, fearing that her two beloved nations were at odds. As World War II raged on, Unity's position in Germany became increasingly risky. When Hitler realized that Germany would likely lose the war, he ordered her to return to Britain, fearing for her safety. She complied, but never fully recovered from her suicide attempt. Unity Mitford lived out her days in a partially paralyzed state, passing away in 1948, a tragic figure whose infatuation with fascism had left her down a dark path. Winifred Wagner, the Bayreuth Connection. Winifred Wagner, the wife of Siegfried Wagner, Richard Wagner's son, played a significant role in Nazi Germany. Her close friendship with Adolf Hitler placed her at the heart of the Nazi cultural establishment. This connection had profound implications, particularly in the realm of art and music. Winifred Wagner's most notable involvement was with the Bayreuth Festival, an annual event celebrating the work of Richard Wagner. Under Nazi rule, the festival became a focal point for Nazi cultural policies. Hitler himself was a passionate follower of Wagner's music, and Winifred's association with him increased her influence in shaping the festival's direction. After World War II, Winifred Wagner faced repercussions for her association with Hitler and her involvement in Nazi cultural activities. She was interned by the Allies, although she wasn't charged with any specific crimes. Her close ties to the Wagner family, her political affiliations, and her role in promoting Nazi art have remained subjects of controversy and debate. Winifred Wagner's legacy remains a complex and debated part of both the Wagner family's history and the broader context of Nazi Germany's impact on the arts. In the wake of World War II, the world was left grappling with the aftermath of the Nazi regime. As we examine the lives of these women, it's important to remember that history is rarely black and white. Their choices were made in a time of immense disorder, fear, and moral doubt. While their actions and affiliations with Nazi leaders are deeply troubling, it serves as a blunt reminder of the difficulties faced by individuals during such dark periods in history. By studying their histories, we gain insight into the broader questions of responsibility, morality, and the enduring legacy of one of the darkest chapters in human history. So to wrap things up, the stories of these women who were connected to Nazi leaders are really quite complex. They weren't just sitting on the sidelines, they were actively part of what was happening in Nazi Germany. But in the midst of all this complicated history, we can also see moments of strength and humanity. These women have to make some tough choices that affect how we remember them today. It's a reminder that history isn't always simple. Thanks for joining us on this journey through their lives. We'd love to hear your thoughts on this, so feel free to leave a comment down below, and let's keep exploring the fascinating stories of our past together. Until next time, stay curious and keep on learning.